ladies and gentlemen, and all the viewers of the Zexon Amido Sports TV, fellow fans, ladies and gentlemen, that is in the entire world, and all my supporters, that is in the entire world. It's a blessing to see, to say hi to you wherever you are watching from. Ladies and gentlemen, and all my followers, this time I will be talking about some of the key games that happened. That is in the FA Cup. In the FA Cup, that was last weekend. Remember, the likes of Manchester City managed to become triumphant. That is in this game, winning up against Bournemouth. The likes of Aston Villa also managed to win. That was 3-0 up against Preston North End. We had the likes of Brighton and Hove being ejected by Nottingham Forest. That was in penalties. That was 4-3, and even that was Crystal Palace winning earlier on up against Fulham. That was 3-0. So this time, my ladies and gentlemen, and all followers, I will be coming here to give you on what transpired that is in those games, and some of the fixtures, that is the fixtures for the semi-final draws that were made, and what our future expectations. Ladies and gentlemen, and all my followers, as always keep telling you, the FA Cup, it is the oldest trophy that is in the English in the English land, or that is in England, having started way back. That was 1871 to 1872, and the first team to win that championship were called, that is the Wanderers, and they managed to do so by beating, that is the Royal Engineers. That was 1-0. But as per now, Manchester City have won this championship 7 times, and the likes of Aston Villa have also won this championship, that is 7 times. The likes of Crystal Palace have not gotten any hand that is on it, despite the fact that Nottingham Forest are also one of the most successful teams, and the teams that have been quite strong, more so in the 70s and the 80s. Remember when they won the Champions League, it had taken them a long time, that is to get back, that is to this elite stage. However, in the Premier League, things are moving on positively under new coach, that is Nuno Espirito Santo. Reason being, currently they are sitting that is in 3rd position. Even yesterday they managed to beat Manchester United. That was 1-0, scored by former Manchester United player, that is Anthony Elanga, and the Swedish international. Followers, that is in the entire world, will be coming, that is back, that is the fixtures that were made, that is for the semi-finals. And this time Crystal Palace will be taking on, that is Aston Villa. That will be around the 26th of this month, 26th or the 27th, any of those 2 days. And then the other game will be Nottingham Forest up against that is Manchester City, and this will be one of the biggest one to watch out. So to any fan of football, these are some of the fixtures that you shouldn't miss out. Remember, Nottingham Forest managed to progress through the penalties, having ended that was 0-0 even after the additional time, or the additional 30 minutes, and they will be taking on the Manchester City side that fought hard from a goal down to beat, that was Bournemouth 2-1, where earlier on Erling Haaland had missed a penalty in that game. However, at the return of second half, he managed to score an equalizer, because Bournemouth had taken an early lead through that is Brazilian striker, that is Evanilson, after partnering out that by superstar, that is Justin Kluivert, the son of former football great, that is Patrick Kluivert. Substitute, that is Omar Mamosh, that is the new signing for Manchester City from that is Frankfurt, managed to come, that is from the bench, and scored, that was the winning goal to put Manchester City ahead with a well-deserved display, that is at the Vitality Stadium. And with so doing, they will be playing, that is Nottingham Forest, the team that is still being managed by the big man himself, that is Nuno Espirito Santo. These two teams have earlier on met, that is in the Premier League, and it has been an intense battle. So to all the fixtures, I think this is one of the biggest, reason being Manchester City right now are trading, that is in 5th position in the Premier League. However, Nottingham Forest are sitting comfortably, that is in 3rd position, currently on 57 points, 4 points shy of, that is Arsenal Football Club. So anything could happen upon this, but this is the biggest fixture, that is for the semi-final. Nuno Espirito Santo hasn't won any silverware, that is in the Premier League, but that is in England. But remember, before his sack, that is from his previous job, that is in Saudi Pro League, had won, that is the Saudi Pro League, and results kept on falling, that is his way, and was sacked. But coming back to to Nottingham Forest, things are moving on very positively. The other game is Crystal Palace up against, that is Aston Villa. Aston Villa, we can call it, that is revamped Aston Villa. A reason being that they are performing better, more so with the introduction of key signees, that is the likes of Marcus Rashford. He managed to score a brace, his first goals, that is in the Aston Villa shirt. And even earlier on, he stated in the interview that ever since his signature at Aston Villa, has tried or has improved to play some good football compared on his status when he was at Manchester United before he fell out, that is with the coach Ruben Amorim. It is not only him that is playing some good football. However, another only player, that is Marco Asensio from PSG, have taken that is Aston Villa by storm. Reason being, they managed to progress it to the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League, where they will be playing, that is PSG. Marcus Rashford alongside Marco Asensio, Morgan Rogers, the likes of Ramsey, the likes of McGinn, Emiliano Martinez, the likes of Leon Bailey, Oli Watkins are making a good job, that is at the Aston Villa camp. So this will be another big game that we have to watch out. But remember, their coach, that is Unai Emery, has made a steady progress, that is at the Aston Villa Stadium, performing some good football, and we all very well know that he's good, more so that is in the cups. The other game on the side of Crystal Palace, their coach, that is Grassina, managed to win, that is the Europa Championship. That was around the 2022 season. So he has also a limelight of winning trophies, and this is Crystal Palace's best performance of reaching that to the semi-finals. They were boosted by the return of their talisman, that is the French international, that is Jean-Philippe Mateta. So his presence in the team is another additional advantage. However, Eberechi Eze, that is the English phenomenon, is also playing some good football. Substitutes, the likes of Eddie Nketiah from Arsenal Football Club, I think is also trying to cope up with the style of play. And Crystal Palace are also becoming a powerhouse, that is in English football. So to the fans of football, I think this will be one of the biggest games that you shouldn't miss out. But the dates are the 26th of this month or the 27th. That's when the FA Cup will be taking action. As always, I'm Ezekson Tega.